Do you view this life as a contest or a collaboration? This simple question is at the core of our lives. Do we live life to win or to better? Or to be better than others? Is this what motivates us to move forward? Is this what makes us happy? Our education system, our sports, our economy, our country and our culture all have become significantly more centered around competition. Life is a race, a zero-sum game. Some people win, some people lose. It's evolution, survival of the fittest. Where is the finish line exactly? When do we win life? Competition has become our modern individuals-based measuring stick. Our purpose, our religion, our entire culture is filled with this outlook on life. Competition drives innovation and motivation, and motivates productivity. But at what end exactly? Normally this is simply answered with to beat the competition, as if that answer was a simply accepted logical goal of existence in of itself. Somehow it has just become accepted fact that a competition-based society is our only practicable alternative, and any discussion of collaboration is simply a weak cop-out by the losers of this social arrangement, regardless of their circumstances. In 1,000 years, our descendants will look back and be astonished that given all of our technical advancements, our world was still a squabbling mess of competing interests, where some individuals competed to go to space, while others still competed to feed their families. Seriously, if competition is the accepted outlook on life, let us just hurry up and take it to its logical conclusion. What are we waiting for? Pick your us of choice, be it race, nationality, or religion, and let's fight this out until only one group remains. This is what our current system boils down to, each group just tolerating the other until they can get into a position of power. We are sacrificing our happiness, our sanity, and our planet to win a competition which has no happy ending for us as individuals, only scaremongering of a perceived unhappy ending if we lose to whoever the competition may be, the ever-present other. The only reason we have not completely descended into anarchy is that most people are not only competitors at their core, but also want to collaborate. This is not an all or nothing thing. Most of us have a varying amount of both, boosted or subdued by our life's experiences. Now, before anyone starts thinking this is a lead-on to a glorification of communism or something, let me quickly just put that to rest. Any power structure can become victim to nepotism and corruption. See my video on what comes after democracy, the next evolution of government, for my thoughts on the best way to handle that. Thanks to our natural distribution of personalities, most of us actually prefer collaboration over competition. Is it any wonder then that so many of us are suffering psychologically in our current world? Even the word collaborator itself has been hijacked and is today mostly used to describe a traitor. And to those who will lean towards competition, any willingness to share anything without clear benefits to oneself may well seem like treason to their view of life. How can they trust someone who is not selfish like them? And here we come to the point of why we have landed in this position. People have a hard time understanding that others do not think like them. The majority, who prefer to collaborate, cannot comprehend that anyone could live with themselves knowing that their actions could significantly hurt others. They rationalize competitive people by believing them to be simply misguided or ignorant. Conversely, the minority who prefer competition cannot comprehend that anyone would not try to improve their situation over their fellow human beings by whatever means necessary. They rationalize collaborating individuals as being lazy or too stupid to want to better their lives at the cost of others. The idea that people who think differently do so from their very core, and so have different motivations and morals, occurs to very few on either side. It should come as no surprise to anyone that individuals with more competitive leanings fill up most of the positions of power today. The motivation must come from somewhere after all. Like everything in life, it is a balance that brings us to the best results as a species. A suspiciously constant thread, one might say. Ambition does not equal competency. It might be surprising for many competitive people to know. Our social systems have become a bastion of ambition, corruption, and nepotism. Because most of these competitive types cannot comprehend that most of us just want to collaborate, they impose systems that attempt to force us to behave in the way that they expect, much to the detriment of our mental health and to the health of the planet. The competitive elites have moulded the system to force people who are inclined to want to collaborate to actively compete to survive. It is a self-fulfilling prophecy filled with shallow goals and hollow victories for those caught in the machine of competing factions. Again, competing for what? Resources? We actually have more than enough on Earth to fulfill all our needs multiple times over. Our productive capacity is wasted on disposable products, focused on consumption and disposal for a fictional GDP turnover that equates nothing but pointless busywork. How much of these produced capital is even usable 5 years down the line? Our competitive system is eating our planet alive in a race for the elites to outdo each other. The promise of technological innovation is nothing to satisfy the needs of the individual or provide for our future. Our ability to enjoy life is being stripped away to squeeze every last drop of productivity out of us, only for it to fall to dust soon after. What do we want? Not what the government wants, not what industry wants. What do we want, and how do we get it? The first step is to recognize that this system is not designed to meet the needs of the majority and is making most of us sick. It is time to ensure that competitive people also work for the majority collaborators, instead of only the majority collaborators working for a minority of competitive individuals. See my video on progressive tax justified and the free market, socialism, or how the workers control the means of production in a free market, to see how to accomplish this. Link in the description below. Take care and all the best.